They don't know Kim is here though. Oh, now he gets spotted. Now they know. My goodness, True Rippers, how are they going to play around this? Kimi's trying to look for positioning again. But GCG.
Oh, that poke.
Yep.
They can't.
They can't.
Look at the far lane up top as well. Ian shows himself this is a bad time. Guangzhou Gaming know that it's been a bit too quiet for Ian. He hasn't shown himself on the map. Most probably sent up top, so it's them committing onto the neutral objective. True Rippers not given a chance to actually follow it up. Rehansha with a flicker in the top, but doesn't land on anybody. Now it's Modi who's trying to look for capitalization. Oh, furious dive and a petrify from Modi. The SOD lands. May's trying to follow it up, but it will not be taken. Garcia with the recall in that bush. Modi, what? Reads out the position. Garcia's recall has been compromised. And now he's all alone, running again against Guangzhou Gaming.
Oh, okay. This will take a bit of time for True Rippers actually get to track him down. It's only May assigned to do that.
Look at recall, triple sweep, bang! Fatal links the combo as well. Garcia was knocked up for a whole 2 seconds.
Yep, Ianzil's just gonna settle with these trades. This tier 2 up top, but the Holy Shields are looking to go down now, and there's a Black Dragon form 2 coming in from Modi. But at least True Rippers can defend for now. At least for now.
Xing, okay. Luckily, Xing didn't have the ultimate. Kimi concealed right in front of the faces of Guangzhou Gaming. A pin down as well. The fist back defensively. Asuna is able to find a fatal link, but Xing flickers out of safety, and now the Temps of Blaze comes in for Ian, but he gets stunned up. The Spear of Misery as well as a shutdown, but at the price of Ian's life, as CY continues to push in towards this turret.
It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate because even in that last sequence you saw, they had different targets, each of them. Oh, but they just went in!
Full combo, triple sweep, fatal links, furious dive. Kimi is gonna go down to Modi, and now the Black Dragon comes around again onto Rehansha. The furious dive lands onto Rehansha. Recall will walk up the SOD as well. Finally, a 3-man taunt that takes Modi down, but it's Guangzhou Gaming who gets game number 1.
20-6 on the board in terms of kills. We were thinking that they really wanted to go for kills, and they lived up to it. It was just them constantly on the lookout for potential targets across the map. And you barely saw True Rippers able to answer back, able to achieve anything, but also at the same time, they're just constantly being disrupted so well. I think one of the players who had probably the hardest time there was also Ian's on the Ling. He was the target all the time in that entire game.
How could you escape from it? I mean, as Ians, you were the only dude there that could actually make a play, that could actually look for a trade around the map. And all the way from the start, it really comes down to, I feel, picking up this Paquito. This Paquito was a massive mistake because they picked it up into a Moskov, right? In usual terms, when we see it from Hiko, when we see it yesterday as well, it was a Paquito into a Claude. It was a guaranteed winning matchup so that the Link can capitalize on it. But against someone like a Moskov who has that Spear of Misery to keep him safe in lane, and even against this XP of Modi on Yuzong who knows how to play it safe, Ian just could never find a way to punish. It was, on the other hand, Guangzhou Gaming who constantly punished True Rippers.
On top of the fact that they also prioritized the Valentina instead of the Eudora, which was also actually available alongside the Ling that they decided to prioritize in red side. Oh no! Oh my gosh, yeah, that's exactly the kind of emotion you probably would have for this entire game. It feels bad. It feels bad for True Rippers, but we hope to see them get back on track as we have to break that down, so we're throwing it over to our panel.
As well, a quick game and a good game if you're a Guangzhou Gaming fan. 75% of you thought that was going to be where it ended.
You're just the same, and you could just not position yourself well enough. Oh, doesn't land though.
No, it doesn't. It's a clone out as well. Now the neutral objective, Black Dragon form already used up right now to go all in. Rehansha's there, but recall finds a fatal links, locking all of them down by May. Guangzhou Gaming on the back foot the entire game, and they find one opening, and it turns everything around. Garcia is trying to find some compensation in the mid lane, but it's going to be shooed away by Xing and May. What a set by May.
Don't tell me that's all they need to do. And now you feel like it's Guangzhou taking control, because if you take a look at the replay, it was just a single Black Dragon form, the Petrify into the Fatal Links as well. It was just a perfectly layered setup shown to us by Guangzhou Gaming, catching almost every single member who didn't have the Purify either, so there was no way for them to get out of that. They were all crucial members, and you can see them celebrating, but that's a spatial migration.
Wait, spatial migration on Mei? Modi gets away right now. Oh god, Rehansha walks up and the SOD lands on Modi, but it's under the tier 1. Rehansha can be caught by the Lantern Flare. That's about it. True Rippers back in form somehow against Mei. They were able to make it work now. The clear from Guangzhou Gaming onto those turrets, or onto those minions to stop the turret from being taken away. But Garcia stays true in the bottom lane again on this Moskov.
Okay, be careful. You gotta be careful, especially if you're CY. Okay, Kimmy and Ians are gonna let go of that push though, but it could have been really dangerous. Now we're taking a look at the gold difference. It's not as significant really if you take a look at it. I feel like even, or weren't one play to see as well, this could have been bigger between the XP laners, but I pretty much lessened it even just a bit to a certain extent. And now Kimmy, okay, all alone here.
Uh-oh, Mei's waiting in that bush as well. Conceal already. It's gonna go in. Oh no, baits out the Battle Requiem. The Fatal Links pulls him back just a bit as Xing is right there. Great peel from Garcia. It's a Purify in, and Lantern Flare with Crimson Beacon, but it's only onto the Roamer. Now the Dragon comes around. Asuna was able to find that trade. Turret down below. The main target for Guangzhou Gaming, as in the mid lane, Recall is dealing with Rehansha. Turtle already started by Eons. Picked up already. True Rippers finding the better trade across the board.
That took a bit longer than it should have. At least Guangzhou got a turret though, because if they did not, then I feel like True Rippers really got the better trade. It was a turtle that they were able to secure, no contest whatsoever on Eons, and they just took a 1-for-1 trade, if ever that were to be the case. But right now, you're starting to feel how Garcia is becoming a lot more active across the map. He's also a level ahead of Sai, by the way, so I think it's been really great for True Rippers, at least for their laning phase so far. Now we take a look. Already has 2 out of 3 of the Trinity build. It's just slightly behind, but this is... Modi doesn't even have an item just yet. This is a Yu Zhong who doesn't even have an item just yet.
Yeah. It's actually all components. Went for the robe, the Fury Hammer. Now Mei's looking at Asuna. They gotta be careful. The only Purify they have is on their main frontliner, Rehansha. So that's the problem for True Rippers, right? They have to split up. They have to be very careful of this set from Mei. The one time Mei was able to find that set, it almost guaranteed them that full-on comeback. But luckily, True Rippers were able to find some good pickoffs here and there. Kimmy, at this point, I think spatial migration on Mei doesn't even sound too crazy. They might have to deal with him first.
Yeah.
Recall with good poke on Kimmy, and it's all about mid-control as Garcia plays that far lane.
Which is great, because I think they're splitting up their position. Was that actually worth it? They were only able to zone out Kimmy. Now they lose tier 1 in mid, but at least Guangzhou have secured the objective. But now it's at the expense of almost all their outer and inner turrets, and this is True Rippers, I feel, being much more happier with the exchange. They get so much more map control, they only lose an objective, and now they might also get recall. If it weren't for that one dash, it would have been really close.
Big Spear of Misery. I agree with you, this is definitely not the trade that Guangzhou Gaming were looking for, but it's the trade that they need to take. They bursted, they used all of their resources so early, and they couldn't even find Kimmy, which led to them having a full commit onto the neutral objective, right? Because if they backed away, it would have been completely chopped. Spatial migration of the Battle Requiem now on Mei. Eons with Deadly Magic. Mei is gone. Her Modi can't even find the Petrify. Eons got away down the Blazing Red, doing nothing. CY taken low. Eons taken out by Modi. But in the back line, it's the SOD. Garcia with a double, trying to get that triple. Great Lantern Flare to escape by Xing with the Crimson Beacon, but Modi here, it's just a delayed pickoff. He's going to try to buy as much time as he can with the passive procs, but it will be inevitable. Modi, good night. Asuna walks up. The Furious Dive again. Wait a second. Wait a second.
Wait a second.
Uh-oh. Asuna with the melee range again. Now it's 3 against Modi. Dude, he bought so much time.
He did. That was initially a highlight for Garcia that we were just about to talk about, but more dangerous spot, then at least he has a way to survive a bit longer. But it's just Rehansha holding this down. Now there goes the Black Dragon form.
Zoning in the back, Himi looking for an opening again with the face migration. He finds it, but Recall's able to go for it. A retry straight up onto the neutral objective. Nothing Eons could do to walk up. We're looking to completely wipe this gold lead from the map.
And that's the Blazing Duet, which dealt a lot more damage than we thought. Spatial migration, but Kimi gets bursted!
Xing in the back now with the Crimson Beacon and the Lantern Flare. Garcia with the win of nature, the Purify out, but Xing will still fall to the deadly magic. Just a matter of time. Modi almost trying to get that Furious Diamond and Petrify, but Eons spaces out perfect, and now it's Rehansha who is holding the Lord, able to defend for now. The mid lane coming out as well. Modi gets taken out by the Carge of Eons.
They should have went back a bit more earlier, but no!
With a shutdown, the Spear of Misery side! Shuts Garcia down with the BMI and the Blazing Duet straight to the face.
So was that bait all along? Were they just setting up for that play? Because as of the moment, it seems like Guangzhou Gaming have gotten back in this siege. They will at least take down one or more turrets down bot. When in fact, you would think that Drill Rippers already could have just successfully defended it from that point onwards, but that was the play. This was Recall and Sai working together to make it look like it was still Guangzhou getting the blast of surprise. But in the end, it's Guangzhou Gaming who will stay in this tournament, sweeping Drill Rippers 2-0.